Ice Age 6 on Disney Plus. We have a lot to talk about. So, Ice Age 6, actually titled The Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, is a movie that exists, and it's awful. Where do I stand with the Ice Age franchise overall? Well, I think it's a creative franchise, but it's got its problems. The first Ice Age I really like. It's a really amazing buddy comedy, and it shows that the people who don't work well together can work well together in the end, and I fully recommend watching it so you can have an education on what exactly I'm talking about. The second movie, The Meltdown, is alright. I mean, there are moments that I don't like about it. There are some stupid jokes here and there. There are a lot of things that I'm not a fan of, but overall, it's alright. Dawn of the Dinosaurs is the best of the sequels by far due to the fact that it focuses on a really awesome concept, the Lost World concept, and it also introduces Buck the Weasel, making this the best sequel in the franchise, although it does have one major problem, and that's in regards to Rudy the Beast, who only appears for 2 minutes, so yeah. Ice Age Continental Drift is alright as well. I mean, there are some things that suck, like the Hyrax. Oh my god, I hate those things. They're so annoying. As well as the forced writing sometimes, but the villain Captain Gut and his sea shanty is actually good. And I actually think it's really well done. But Collision Course is where it killed it for me. It's one of the worst animated movies I've ever seen in my life, and it's got so much bad stuff about it. I'd have to make an entire honest review just to talk about it, which I might end up doing, but it's not easy to sit through. So, needless to say, I wasn't really excited for the sixth Ice Age movie after, the last one really killed the franchise for me, after how stupid and annoying it was, but had to watch it. It was on Disney Plus. It was free. I had time to spare, so I was like, "What the hell?" And I went up and did it. Oh my god! Worst mistake of my life among many others that I've done with movies. But right off the bat, I actually had some hope for it because it did start off really well with a nice recap of the previous movies told in a beautiful looking animation made as if it were in a caveman's cave made on the walls, and it's a really nice little scene. It recaps the movies really well, and it's not it actually gave me some hope that this movie could be good. I thought of it, yeah, maybe this was really good. But then the actual animation started, and I just. Before we actually talk about the actual animation and story, animation and other stuff like that, let's talk about the story and see how interested you guys are. So the story involves the duo of the possums, Crash and Eddie. And they're wanting adventure, very cliche. So they go into the lost world at probably the wrongest of times because Buck Wild is in the middle of a war between himself and the lost world and this weird dinosaur thing named Orson, who I'm assuming is a triceratops or something. I don't really know what he is. I'll explain it in a minute. So the brothers try to get used to that lifestyle. Meanwhile, the good characters from the movies, Manny, Sid, and Diego, and then Ellie, like 15 of the other characters were written out. There's no Peaches, there's no Lewis, there's no Julian, thank God. There's no Brooke, thank God. There's no Shira, thank God. Not Shira, Shira. And yeah, they're just looking for them. If the story sounds out of place and really weird, that's because it is, because it's a stupid mess, and it felt like Disney were just like, whatever, we'll just throw stuff on a bulletin board and whatever sticks stays. It's not how you do it. Let's just talk about the attributes of this movie, see if it's worth it other than the story. Spoilers, it's not. The Ice Age movies were not really well known in regards to characters for the most part. It did have the three memorable characters, and they were Manny, Sid, and Diego, voiced wonderfully by Ray Romano, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Leary, none of whom are actually in this movie voicing the characters. The only actor to actually come back and play the character from the movie was Simon Pegg, who voices Buck. And they took an amalgamation of the actually good Buck from Dawn of the Dinosaurs, the adventurous weasel who wants to protect everybody, and mixed him with whatever was in Collision Course, where he is a stupid idiot who has a pumpkin for a daughter. Like, why? Why did you need to add that? That doesn't make any sense. It's like stupid. What I said about the actors not coming back to do their roles, the guy who plays Manny and the girl who plays Ellie, voices her, actually did a really good job mimicking the actors, to the point where the person I was watching this movie with was actually convinced that Queen Latifah did come back. And I'm like, I know that's not Queen Latifah because she didn't come back. So, yeah. Crash and Eddie are really intolerable in this film as they were in Collision Course. I would never had a problem with them, but Collision Course was the first time I genuinely had a problem. But I would have been fine if Sean William Scott and Josh Peck, who voices them in the previous installations, were here. But no, they didn't. Except we have the voice of Kai from Ninjago voicing Crash, Vincent Tong. I don't remember who voices Eddie, but they were not great. I didn't once think Crash or Eddie when I heard their voices, so that's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing to note. Then we have Z, and they make too many jokes in regards to her name, and she's just forced in there. Apparently, she and Buck have history being a part of Lost World Avengers. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what to call them. And then they die, and then she and him are the only one left. So they have this cliche to, oh, I'm sad because my team died, and that's why I'm so distant. They did that whole thing. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah. The villain Orson is just terrible. Like, oh my god. I remember him only for his weird, unique design and his cliched motives. How he controls an army of velociraptors. Clever girl. But I also remember him for just being a stupid, silly villain who didn't really add anything to the story. He was just kind of there, and he was there just to whine. He's literally Anakin Skywalker. He went to the Anakin Skywalker school of villain acting. I hate Buckwild. I want to take over the Lost World with my raptor army. I'm acting, man. I'm over that so much. Like, I need some serious help. I mean, they also have the return of Mama from the Dawn of the Dinosaurs, the T-Rex, but no Rudy. Why not? He's a character too. He's a dinosaur. The pterodactyl thing that Buck rides is actually kind of cute, I'm going to admit. But I can't really speak of this movie without thinking of how bad it actually is. I think that's enough about the characters, so I might as well talk about the animation. So, for going into this movie, I totally expected it to have the same quality of animation as the previous Ice Age movies did. Seeing as how it was a streaming movie, however, it would probably be cheapened, but I still thought it was going to be good. But only a few seconds in, I first laid on the my eyes on the animation, and what I saw, I just couldn't believe my eyes. Like, the animation went from the quality of theatrical film animation to Nickelodeon DreamWorks animated shows animation. And you know me, that I love good animation, but this animation, as well as that DreamWorks animation I just mentioned, are just so awful. We are in an age where streaming animated stuff is always going to be on par with a whole bunch of like great animated movies. Like if you seen like the promos for Arcane, like that animation looks stellar, and we also have the DC animated animation, which, yes, it's 2D animation, and same with the Mortal Kombat animated films, Scorpion's Revenge and Battle of the Realms. Those animated films are stunning to look at, but this film was just a huge slap to the face in regards to anybody who really liked the Blue Sky films. Quick note for something you probably didn't know, Bardell Entertainment were the people who did the animation, and they are also responsible for the 2021 Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie, which animation style mimicked the books in a way, but here it just felt like the animation just went down like 10 notches, and it looks worse than the 2002 film, which is 20 years old at the time of me recording this, and it's also I'd rather look at Monsters at Work, and that animation was on a very similar quality to this, but I didn't expect this from a movie that has the name of Ice Age in the title, and the promo art made it look like it'd be based around the theatrical films. Another problem I didn't bring up is that there's no Scrat in this movie. He's literally the saving grace of the franchise. He is. And whenever I was watching Collision Course, I'd feel grateful that Scrat was showing up and saving me from the main plot. Scrat always made the movies better, but the fact remains that he's not here, so, like, what am I supposed to look forward to? And that's really how I describe this movie. What was I supposed to look forward to? I didn't expect it to be good. I mean, I had very low expectations, and it ended up coming out worse than I thought it would be. And overall, terrible animation, terrible characters, terrible story, terrible movie overall. A few pluses here. I do like some of the emotional moments between I do like some of the emotional moments between Crash and Eddie and Ellie, except for the ending that was stupid and cliched again. But the jokes too suck, and I like the voiceover replacements in the beginning was pretty nice. But overall, this movie gets a 1 out of 10, and like I expect better from Disney this year. Hopefully Turning Red won't be bad, because I still haven't watched it. Thank you guys for tuning into another honest review. If you guys like these styles of videos, please let me know, because it really does help me out. And I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. I probably one every other day based on a movie I haven't seen, or based on a movie you guys haven't seen me reviewed, or something like that. If you guys want more of that, please let me know, because I want to be doing more of this for you, and I want to post more often, because I've been posting. There was a time when I started season 2 of Movie Central that I just posted one video per week, so I think I might be doing honest reviews just to add a little bit more video flow into the lineup. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see all of you very soon. Take care. Bye.